Hey everybody!
Hello.
Hey guys.
This is MaJeliv, we're the Vasquez family, and in today's video we are going to be watching HBO's The Last of Us. This is part 1 of our 3-part series. Each part will cover our reactions to each 3 episodes, each trio of the show. The show is fantastic. By the time you guys have seen it, we would have seen it all. This will be an edited reaction series. If you guys want to see our reactions uncut and be able to watch alongside us as we watch these episodes, you guys can do so on our Patreon with the link in the description or this card up above. And not only will you have access to those uncut reactions, you'll have access to any upcoming watch-along reactions to any TV shows and movies that we react to. And that's something you're interested in. But regardless, we're happy to have you guys here today. It'd mean a lot if you guys can leave a like and comment down below what the show means to you, how it's impacted you, and what you've loved about it. So we'd love to connect with all of you in the comments. But I've talked enough. Let's jump in to HBO's The Last of Us. Here we go.
Taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us.
Oh my god.
So if that happens,
We lose.
We lose.
He said it.
Dude, oh my gosh.
What do you say to that?
Oh, the music.
Listen
Dude,
to
this
that.
they just raised everything. And how is it that knowing what's gonna happen, like,
it's dramatic irony at this point.
Oh my god.
yeah, exactly. You know exactly what's gonna
Well,
happen.
what if you haven't
This is
played
making my
the
skin
game
crawl
and you
in
have
the
no
worst
idea?
possible way.
Show.
Calcium.
Could bring someone else on, get the job done faster.
No, I'm not splitting this job. I barely want to split it with you.
Dude.
Man.
My heart is already racing.
Work is due. End of class tomorrow.
If there was a tomorrow.
Man.
What a sweetheart. She's getting his watch fixed.
I love her hair.
Yeah.
I love the curls.
Mm.
You should go home.
That's not a good sign.
People out there need to get right with Jesus. 3 nails plus 1 cross equals 4 given.
Whoa. Oh,
She getting sick?
no. Doesn't
Oh
look
my
good.
god, I don't know if we could do this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I don't know if I can handle this.
Oh.
Dog's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you see the hue of the day? It's not.
Uh-oh.
It's not a good color.
Oh my gosh, it's such a nightmare.
Talk about building suspense, dude.
Yeah, man.
Fixed it for you.
Oh.
Did you?
What?
I don't hear anything.
What time does that say? 12.
15?
2 in the morning. 2:16.
Oh god, the dog.
Oh my god, what is green? Oh my god, is he not back yet?
No.
Oh. Uh-oh, don't go to that house.
The dog.
That old lady, man.
Oh my god.
Let's get you home.
No, don't bring him home. He's like, don't take me back.
It's like, there's a reason why I came to your place.
Mercy!
He's like, I'm Bolton, man.
She's out of her wheelchair, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's when I turn around and...
Well, it's 2 a.m., so she should be in a bed.
No, run.
Yeah.
Yuck.
That's the fungus, right? Can we get in her mouth?
What are we doing, Joe?
You have to, man.
Dude.
Get your seatbelt
Oh
on.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, they're already... I forget how fast it is.
Dude, it's just like the game, dude.
This is just like the...
Yeah. This is how you know how cinematic the game already was.
Man, this is just like an absolute nightmare.
Dude, seriously.
These planes are crashing.
Oh, is that what they're doing because of the tower?
Oh my gosh. Dude, how did they film all this? The plane.
Oh my god, the plane.
That guy in their car?
Yes.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Uh-oh. Yep,
Oh
run.
my god.
Oh my god, they're so fast. Get out of there.
They're just. Oh my god. They're just rabid, man. They have no, like, sense of anything.
We're not sick. We are not sick! Please don't.
Oh man.
No. Move your hand. You come on. I know, baby. No, I know. Tommy, help me! No. Come on, baby girl. Come on.
Jeez,
Oh my
man.
god.
20 years later. Man.
They get old, man. Jeez. Jeez, man. Huh.
20, that's such a long time.
Fireflies. This is incredible, like, in terms
Oh.
of the world building.
I didn't realize he was like almost 60 now.
Yeah.
Like 56, yeah.
Count slowly and clearly from 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Slowly.
7, 8. You.
The way she cussed him out was just like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Oh
was
my gosh,
ridiculous.
Good, right? You wanted a granddaughter.
He just jumped in front of everybody. It's cause.
There are raiders. There are slavers.
But you're sure Tommy's okay?
Huh. He's gotta go for his little bro.
I actually like that. They added that detail of like
Mm-hmm.
him looking for Tommy. Is that Marlene?
Mm-hmm.
Is this real? I believe it is. Whatever you need. Whatever it takes.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
How they show the audience, right?
Yeah.
You tell me to look for the light and I'll break your jaw.
I bet you there's a desk there where you can upgrade your weapons. Holy jeez. Whoa.
How the heck did they make that, man?
And look at that thing, man.
Oh.
That is very fresh.
Somebody
Fireflies.
Had to be, right?
At the battery?
There's the battery.
Yeah.
Don't.
Not at her.
He's like, why don't you want me to be pointing this
Yeah.
at her?
He's like, she's valuable. Why?
He's mastered the stance being Mando.
Asshole.
That look is fantastic.
So it begins.
I love this.
Oh, man.
So character rich. I love it.
Just a minute, all right?
What are you doing?
Killing time.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
Wake me up before you go?
Shit.
It means trouble. Code broken.
This is crazy, man.
These shots are so fantastic. Haunting. It's like everything out of my nightmares.
I think what's so scary is that this type of world,
It's a little bit more realistic than like The
Yeah.
Walking Dead or
this which is what makes
Well,
it more
it's-
scary.
It's crazy how that report in the very beginning, the 60s one.
Right.
Yeah.
Just, man, how it grounded everything.
How far do they have to go?
Oh,
Out of their sight for now.
Yeah, if you think about it, Ellie, like, she was born during this time.
It's crazy
Right.
because you get flashbacks, right?
Yeah.
To playing. Such a cool shot.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
Flashback.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow, man. Wow. Flashback, dude. He completely snapped. He has he's like trying to come back to reality.
80s.
It's an 80s song.
Uh-oh.
That is bad news bears.
That's what Tommy was saying?
Oh. Oh,
You
man.
know what that means, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is that part where if you don't know what song this is, you start looking up the lyrics to see if it's an 80s song.
Yeah.
What a ride. I think the worst part is that it's only going to get worse. You know? It's kind of
Yeah,
like
it's-
we're
it's-
on this journey
this is
now,
like-
and it's...
The first time where we know where it's heading, but what I'm loving is
There's still
it's
new
still
elements
fresh.
to
It's
it.
still very fresh and new to the point where I'm still finding myself nervous, even though even though we've been on the journey. And I think that's such a hard thing to do. And to get a video game adaptation right is just so rare. Something that I think seemed impossible for so long.
Yeah.
Yet they've proven that wrong. I mean, mind you, this is only the first episode, so obviously we have to watch the whole thing. But
Yeah.
from the way it's gone, from Neil Druckmann being behind it, helping write and kind of run this whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, they definitely replicated the game, like the setting, even the characters, you know, the essence. I mean, they're just really bringing it to the screen really accurately.
Oh yeah.
And I think the video game just set up the story so nicely to make it kind of seamless when you make it into a show, because it was so rich, story-wise.
To begin with, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very strange feeling to have already in a way experienced all this, and yet it still feels like the first time.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have the great advantage that the game creator is a part of the whole thing.
Sort of like the beginnings of like the Harry Potter movies. I know that's still a book example, but J.K. Rowling was part of the process of making the movie.
Yeah.
At least for Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, and picking the director, and like just being able to really work with what was made already and what they're going to make, and having a final product. It's just so exciting, and like there's certain scenes that aren't in the game, certain things that were in the game that weren't in the show. That makes complete sense because sometimes they did need to have gameplay elements to make it a video game. So it is strange how it feels like this story it's so cinematic. It's just, man, yeah.
It's so cinematic, and you have a game that was already, again, cinematic and had a filmic feel to it from the beginning. But they're taking the essence of certain moments when you're playing.
Yeah.
And again, putting them on the forefront, whether it's from just the still image or sometimes the camera angles and stuff like that. You know, there are some things that have changed in terms of when we get introduced to, for instance, I mean, obviously we saw some what considered runners, which are like the ones we see. We haven't really met the clickers yet, or the more progressed phases. We saw like the very end, which was that one infected on the wall. But like, for instance, in the game, part of the reason they show you them earlier on as Tess and Joel are heading to Ellie and Marlene is to also teach you how to shoot and how to defeat these enemies. So of course when you're making a game, the medium has to change in which you tell the story. But now that they don't have to do that and they're just making the world come to life, I really love how they're upping the stakes. I mean, when you're playing you feel that, but even here the suspense and the tension that they're building is just it's just so well done.
I think when we were watching the video game, obviously I didn't play, but I was watching the scenes in between and some of your gameplay. But it was easier to disconnect from the story because it was a game, and I tend to more easily like disconnect emotionally because it's a game.
Yeah.
But to see it, I mean, even the way the game is, it's so realistic looking sometimes, like the special effects, that it does feel more real for it to be a game. But even then, you draw like this, I know I do, I draw like this line because I know it's a game. But watching it like this really brings it home, makes it more realistic, more like a possible, you know, alternate reality. God forbid, but
Yeah. There's more of a scientific explanation behind it, which is kind of what we were trying to understand more of in the video game. You know, there's just so many possibilities of you know, potential stuff that can be this, with God forbid, anything this terrible. But it's terrifying to think of.
And that's I think that's what you get when you are partnering up with the team that helped make that the Chernobyl show.
Yeah.
And also the guy with the military guy, the one with the gun, that was, he had talked to him and they made like an exchange, and Joel
Does that happen in the game?
No,
that was a new character.
that was a new character
More
that
personal and
just adds like a really cool depth to the story, a tragic depth too, because you know, these are just people that within this quarantine zone, people have interacted, they've met, and same with the whole conflict with the guy who took their battery. I'm forgetting his name. Robert.
Yeah.
There was a whole chase and everything that
Yeah.
wasn't in this, but that's because it's not about Robert. It was just a good potential for gameplay, and they made that segment longer.
Right.
Well, again, it was the whole beginning of how to learn how to play. You know, it was kind of like the Uncharted games where they take you through all of these, you know, bad guys to kind of help you level up and get better at it. You know, that was kind of like Robert.
It was cinematically, it makes sense you take that out, because then that collision when she bursts out of the room to stab Joel, that's the meet cute.
Yeah.
You know, in romantic comedies, the meet cute is when the couple, for those, I mean, a lot of you probably know this, but it's when romantic couples meet, and well, in this case, it's this dynamic duo, this soon to be father-daughter kind of dynamic kicks off, and I think if you put too much of the action and all that you experience in the game, I think it takes you a little bit out of it.
Yeah.
Me personally, and I love how this is playing out. The focus on the character building. There's just enough action to propel us to the next character and the next character moment, and I think that's the richness that I think is going to carry us further.
I have high hopes that it does continue, if not just get better.
Heck of a way to start off, man.
Yeah, what a way to kick it off, for sure.
We may see skin.
HBO.
Where is this again?
Flashback.
Indonesia.
Jakarta, Indonesia. Oh gosh, is this where it began?
Oh, shoot. Are we going to get backstory at the beginning of every episode? No. I'm actually a big fan of this.
Poor lady just wants to eat her lunch.
Well, we don't know who this lady is.
That's true.
She might be.
Well, I know she was hungry.
Well, that's true.
He can sense the urgency in just that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, she's been shot.
Ooh. Oh, there it is.
Who bit her?
Something or someone bit her.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to end well.
So she is dead.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been shot in the head.
But the spore is there, so it might.
That was a mistake.
I'm just like nervous it's gonna like wake up at some point. That's what I'm worried about. Oh look, there's the.
It's already. Oh.
Yep, it's already. Oh my gosh, get out of there! Get out of there!
Because
It's not a virus.
it's
Not the virus,
already
the
it's already
fungus.
growing inside of her,
Type
so
of
it's
fungus.
now
It grows fast.
that whole place is going to be infected now with the spores because they're growing out of her. The only way to kill it is to burn it. You see the shaking in her hand?
Bom seluruh kota dan seluruh orang yang ada di dalamnya.
Imagine how horrifying, dude.
Maaf, Pak. Saya hanya ingin bersama dengan keluarga, dengan suami dan anak-anak saya.
Yeah, 14
Yeah, she already
people.
knew, man. I mean, when that's the curse of being such a learned person in a field that you think is just microscopic universes, and then suddenly
It's like there's no.
Well, at first she didn't believe it was from a human, so
Right.
she didn't think it would be possible in humans.
Right.
And now she's like, oh, okay.
I think this is the real reason that HBO picked up this show. It's because they could do this really cool intro of the fungus growing like they do Westworld.
Game of
and
Thrones.
Game of Thrones and
They
House
didn't
of the
really care
Dragon.
about the characters or anything like that. They just
Had it been a
Music.
virus, they're like, nope.
Like the CGI
Not fun
artists,
enough.
we love the music. Can we
Yeah.
just
All right,
get the
man.
rights to it, please?
Oh, his hand is swollen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
If she so much as twitches.
Can I have a gun?
Absolutely not.
Man.
Wow.
Life still finds a way. I mean, look at the plants.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere, man.
Hmm?
The atmosphere.
Insane.
Hmm.
It's like right out of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or ones with split open heads that stay in the dark like bats?
Oh.
There
That's
are
one.
those. Yeah.
Right on cue.
Dramatic irony.
I hope it's a
Love how he, dude, the fact that he has an AR already.
Yeah. Right?
Stakes are high.
In the game, it was
Jealous.
just some pistol, right? A revolver.
Well, the good news is, in real life, Joel is such a badass, he doesn't have to wait for the, like,
That's
you know,
true.
15th
Right,
level
yeah.
for you to get an AR.
And he's been living for 20 years, I'm sure.
Oh, jeez.
These water sequences in the game were always.
Oh my gosh, this is like
Dude,
flashbacks.
The adaptation, man.
Flashbacks for real.
So gross. Check it out.
No, don't check out anything. There's no act. Like, if you're there, there's no acting. You don't have to act. You just
No.
walk
Yeah.
and be freaking terrified.
Oh my gosh.
We don't know
I'm just
when.
laughing because in the game you
In the-
have to
yeah,
click
in the game
triangle for her to climb over.
Yeah,
Because you have to like help hoist each other
Yeah.
up, so we were just laughing at the game
yeah.
reference.
Where'd you learn to do that?
The circus. How long do infected live?
Oh, I thought you went to school.
It's really
Some last about a month or two. But there's others been walking around about 20 years.
What? That is not okay.
Dang.
Nasty, man.
Whoa. You see the sun?
Oh, the sun.
They're connected.
Yeah, the fungus just grows. It's just like, it's like a hive mind.
Yeah, look, see it?
Oh, God.
Welcome to the bad guy's lair. It screams lair everywhere.
Mm-mm. That is very fresh.
Sounds like our floors.
Yeah. Why do they have to go upstairs?
Because
They
that's,
go across
that's the
the
way
building.
across.
They have to
the top
exit.
floor.
The exit's at the top?
To avoid those
Oh,
monster
right.
people on the floor. Oh my goodness.
What did you do, Ellie?
My watch just told me to take a moment and breathe. Oh,
Oh, what an awful sound.
I just love how we're seeing it through her eyes for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those things are so ugly, man.
Ah, jeez.
Oh my
Joel.
God, Joel.
Joel.
oh my god, it's gonna trigger.
You see
Oh
how
my
does
gosh,
it see him
dude.
now?
Dude, the makeup and the visual effects is insane.
Oh my god.
No. Shoot it in the freaking head. Whatever that thing is.
I mean, if it was gonna happen to one of us.
She's right. If it's gonna happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why that line gave me so much relief. Oh, Lord.
No way, man.
Let's be the capital. Or what used to be the capital.
That's fresh blood, too.
Tess. Come on. Tess!
Those fireflies that...
Got murdered?
What happened?
I'm staying.
She's infected.
Oh, damn, no.
I need you to get her to Bill and Frank's. They'll take her off your hands.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Everyone's waking up.
Oh, what?
Oh my gosh, dude, everyone.
Say who you can say.
No! We're not leaving her!
Come on, Tess.
Dang.
Now where are they gonna go?
We'll find out next.
It's episode 2.
Strangely, there's something strange about being able to experience it firsthand. Like if you're on set and this is, for a moment in time you're living in this world, I just think it hits you differently. Like I have plenty of space here in this comfort of my couch with my little headphones and my cozy family for the clickers to be, grotesque and they make my skin crawl. But if they were in front of me, I have no time to be thinking about my skin crawling. You got to live. You got to shoot the thing.
Yeah.
You got to kill it. You got to live.
Yeah.
And you've been seeing those things for how long that you've been living in the
Right.
So yeah.
So you kind of become accustomed to the texture of the deformity that is a clicker. I do love the change. I didn't know that about the game, but I do love. I was gonna ask you guys if the fungus.
That's the one thing I noticed right away,
That was
because
definitely new.
on the way to Ellie, there's a whole part where that's when you first meet the clickers, and the biggest thing is that you see visual spores, so then they have to put the masks on, and which does make sense, I think, in terms of how they went with it.
Well, if they're gonna make it accurate to what an actual cordyceps does, a fungus does, I'm glad they went with that route, because it does make it more scary, more terrifying.
Yeah.
It means you have to be careful everywhere you step.
Yeah.
You can't just shoot whatever thing you think you need to shoot to survive, because you could be killing one, but you're reviving or awakening, 3,000.
Yeah.
But also
Yeesh.
the spore concept also limits, some of the characters too, because you'd have to put on a mask, and I don't know, it's more invasive, I guess. And also, how do you explain where there are spores and where there aren't spores, and
Right.
that whole idea of the spores would be complicated. So
Definitely makes sense, like the different changes that they made, but I did love that they made them.
mm-hmm.
And again, the way that Tess, sacrificed herself also meant a lot more. I mean, it still was still tragic and meant a lot in the game, but I did like the change though. It wasn't like I wasn't like, oh, this is weird. Actually, I liked it. It was even more tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that layer of hope and redemption for her it adds a beautiful poetic justice to everything that they've done, which I can only imagine the horrid things you have to do to survive in a world like this.
The makeup was fantastic. I mean, I'm saying something about that because you guys have basically hit on the emotion of the episode and
Yeah.
everything, but it's just impressive. It's fantastic.
The little girl's performance was amazing.
Ellie.
Yeah,
Ellie.
she's really great.
Yeah,
They all are,
they're all
man.
fantastic.
And I think that beginning was also
Yeah.
really
I
profound because
loved that beginning.
it gave you a scope of how widespread all of it is. Because I feel like in the game you only get a view of, Joel and Ellie and what they're going through, but to see the beginnings of it somewhere else is even more haunting. Because it gives you the sense that, yeah, this thing has ended the world. Like the world is done.
Yeah.
Everybody is,
That actress her performance was incredible.
Yeah.
Iba? Oh,
I forgot her character's name. Yeah, but she just had so much. Yeah, her performance, and then being so smart and knowing what she knows exactly what all of that means. So when she's, telling him to bomb the city, it's like, she knows what has to get done. There's
and they
no
tied
other
that back
option.
when we were walking through the city with them, and they said, "Look, This is where the bombs were dropped, and it worked in some cities, and in some it did not. It makes you wonder if they even actually did they bomb Indonesia?
They
Do we know?
They probably did, but I mean, look how it worked in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't do so well.
No.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
Wow.
But it's what makes the fungus so scary is that it's not only being bitten, but there's very much that environmental factor too. You know, your blood gets any sense of that fungus, and you're screwed. So, man, what an episode! And on to episode 3. I'm very curious to see where this goes. We have 7 more episodes left. So I'm very curious to see where they're going to fill in some gaps, where they're going to expand even further. Where they might jump and not show at all. So very, very excited. And even with the Bill episode, it looks like the tone's going to be very different than the game.
Yeah, and it actually looks like, I mean, even in the game it's like that too, where Bill is just like a comedic relief in a way.
Yeah.
But
He's
we'll see.
definitely a little bit of relief after a lot of intensity in the beginning. So I think there'll be a little bit of relief in time for us to breathe until the next part. So
yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to it. That episode was so sad.
Let's see if they flash back again.
And we're back to the post-apocalyptic
Dude.
world of The Last of Us. 10 miles west of Boston.
Nice. They got far.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
5-hour hike. I wonder how many miles that is.
Depends how fast you walk.
That's true.
You know, seeing as it's just the 2 of us, I was thinking I should
No.
She wants a gun.
You know, I can't help but wonder if Grogu could talk, if this is how it would go.
Right? Yeah.
You forgot what you put your stuff.
No. I'm just zeroing in on it. It's been a couple of years.
Couple of years
I don't know.
exploring.
Oh my god, is she going down there?
She's probably trying to look for it, see if there's
She's
resources.
gonna find something.
Oh my gosh, dude, this fungus.
Dude, you got to go up in the sky.
Yeah, well, so did they.
Dang. Perspective.
Flashback. This may get violent, family. Probably. So sad, man.
My goodness.
Not today, you New World Order jackboot.
There he is. Makes sense, because in the game, his town got abandoned pretty early on, so then it kind of became his
whole hideout,
fortress. Yeah, he had traps and everything. So
Survival of the fittest, huh?
Yeah.
he can just take whatever he wants. It's crazy, man. The world goes.
Yeah.
You can just do whatever you want, man. Like you have access to.
Yeah.
As long as it's available.
Gotta have that.
Is that a generator?
He claimed that thing for his own, man.
Clearly, he knows how to do this stuff because of that hideout he had in the beginning.
Chickens.
Growing his own food, man.
Yep. Gotta get that vitamin B. Little liver.
Yeah.
Nice.
Delicious.
Liver and iron keeps you alive. Did he make that fence?
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude's a genius.
This is what he was doing for 20 years, right?
Well, it hasn't been 20 years yet.
No,
it
it
hasn't.
I mean, maybe it has
I
been
mean,
at this
a
point.
year is a
Yeah,
lot of
4
time.
years.
Oh, yeah.
2007.
He caught something.
Yeah.
Are you armed?
Dang, how did he get that?
I mean, he's Bill. Or Frank? What's his name?
No, that's
Bill.
Bill. Yeah.
Bill. Right.
The dude with the gun is Bill.
Close.
Thank you. Almost done.
Is he the actor from White Lotus?
Must be so weird, man. 4 years of no company. literally nobody.
And just having a person in your house, just like.
Like I said, he's so awkward because it's been 4 years of just nobody.
Mhm.
Like fancy food.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's like, dude, we're in the apocalypse, but you have wine.
It's making me hungry.
I know.
Watch him be like amazing.
Yeah. Uh-oh, he's gonna like punch him or something.
Quite the opposite.
No.
What's your name?
He didn't introduce himself. It's kind of funny that they're doing this on the first day they meet each other.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
There's no one else in
Yeah.
the world, so.
They're really
Yeah,
not much.
4 years of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Come on!
3 years
Hey!
later.
Would you stop? And the clothing boutique.
A lot of projects.
Mm-hmm.
Are we hosting formal garden parties now?
We're gonna make friends. And we will invite them.
This is now 7 years, so 2010.
It said 7 years
Right.
later?
Yeah.
Oh.
So 3 years.
Well, it was 4 years and then 3, so 7.
Can you not, please?
No way.
Whoa.
Well, can I just say, gun aside, which I get.
Oh.
Oh, and I have this idea that we should use codes for the radio in case anyone's listening.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We'll be fine.
That sounds like a very common.
Famous last words. Before everything goes crazy. 3 years later. Oh. So 2013.
So exactly 10 years before.
It's kind of great.
I know, hopefully it wasn't anything.
Strawberries.
It's a miracle they've been able to sustain for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, in the games, the traps that Bill sets,
Yeah.
It's very different.
there's a
from
way they can
Walking
survive.
Dead, you know?
Uh-oh. It's night.
Oh.
He said nighttime, dude.
And it's raining.
Oh, dude.
No. Oh no.
These are the Raiders, huh?
Yeah.
Where's Bill?
Probably
He's
out
gonna
there
try-
already.
out
Probably
there
already
fighting
on
them.
guard.
Oh, my neck is tense.
Is that him? Oh no!
No! We gotta get you inside.
Oh, come on. Ah, dang it, man.
No. No.
Oh, that looks so painful. Oh no.
No way, you're kidding me.
What? I'm not expecting that.
No, I think he just passed out.
Oh, thank God. Oh no, he's in a wheelchair?
We're bringing inside.
Oh, it's
been a long time.
Of events.
Yeah, time jump. 10 years later, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. We'll get you warmed up.
So we're really going through Bill's story.
Just trying to draw Bill.
Mm-hmm.
None of this is in the game, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Do you get to meet Frank at all?
No.
He's only mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The hole where he found him.
I mean, the parallels are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Noticed as well that they only played music during this whole thing. It's almost like when Joel's daughter died, the music faded away for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there hasn't been a lot of music here.
For Joel. you know. It's crazy, man. The amount of storytelling they've been able to do with just one character.
Yeah.
It's deep, heavy, and complex stuff. So much of what they've experienced is almost unheard of in their times, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So visual.
Yeah, and the flowers that were watering. Cinematically, this has been magnificent. Man.
Yeah.
Bill?
You heard Ellie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been 20 years, Joel.
Well, not since they died, right?
No, they died recently because look, there's the stuff on the dinner table.
Yeah, look.
I'm guessing you found this, Joel, because anyone else would have been electrocuted or blown up by one of my traps. I leave you all of my weapons and equipment. Use them to keep...
Tess.
I don't know what a battery looks like, but...
Ah. You make a battery.
Ah.
So nobody takes the car. It's so brilliant.
This guy was a genius.
Toilet paper.
Essentials.
You gotta need that, man.
Or they had the cloud.
Yeah. If only they had the cloud indeed.
I'm taking a shower, and then you're showering. Seriously.
A gun. She finally found herself a gun.
Shut up.
Nice.
Dude, they're wearing the clothes from the game now.
Yeah.
And then we're in it, man. Oh my gosh.
Gosh, man.
She's like, what's a seatbelt? Little things we take for granted, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna close the gate? I hope they close the gate.
Yeah.
It's like the kind of thing where I hope I didn't forget to close the garage.
Especially in that case.
That's the window.
The open window.
Hmm.
Wow.
Dang. Dang.
Dang.
Yeah, so kind of like Neil was saying in it, we don't really meet Frank. We only just find out that he died. And then at the end, when you get the truck, you leave Bill there. Like, you kind of just, you don't ever really find out what happens to Bill.
Yeah.
There's a whole
And
action sequence that I mean they didn't have in the show, but I do think that story's sake it makes complete sense because it's just kind of another jab at Joel.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not
right.
just
About
about Bill.
Tess,
It's
yeah.
about that relationship that because they only mention in the game that clearly Bill and him had a history, you know. And there's even this line in the game where Bill asks Joel like, you know, where's Tess, and you know, is there trouble in paradise type of thing, and Joel just kind of says he doesn't tell Bill that she's dead at that point. So it does look like they dove a little deeper into that, and
Yeah.
I love they did the
changes,
time
yeah.
thing so that when we jump with Joel, we know exactly what happened, and that way the note from Bill, I think, means more. It's so fascinating. I think what Bill and Frank experienced because, kind of like we were hitting at, it very much was a very bubble, almost fantasy. Like what they got to live was such a gift, I
Such a
guess.
blessing.
Such a
Yeah,
blessing.
gosh.
Yeah, I mean.
To get older, in this little town in a bubble,
Yeah.
and to live out their last days
Yeah.
the way they wanted to.
I would have done the same, by the way. There's no way I was gonna give you that wine by
I had a
yourself.
feeling he was gonna.
Yeah, I
do
would. I mean,
that.
I completely expected that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's-
as a character, it's a very character-driven piece because the kind of person Bill is as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I love what he said. This is it. This is why I survived.
Yeah,
I
it's
hated
exactly.
humanity. I had no reason to love it. But if he lived, it sounds like he lived the most of his life suppressing his sexual orientation because he just didn't feel like he fit in the world. Clearly, he's an older man where probably growing up, he wasn't gonna talk about what he preferred, and so then the world ends, and it's a great. opportunity for him to just be his own world, and then Frank steps in.
No, and it's also
great
like
character
when he lives with Frank, their life together over those, I guess,
to 10,
20. Whoa, I guess
they met in 2007.
So almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they met
So it was like 16 years.
Of being alone.
Of being alone, right?
Yeah.
Of being alone. I think Frank dying would have put Bill back to where he started.
So this is the second episode in a row where I feel like some of the deviations from the game have been spot on, because if as beautiful as the coverage of Bill and Frank's story was, very moving, I was kind of like, okay, but what's the point?
Yeah, how does it connect?
Where are we bringing this in?
Yeah.
To Joel's story and Ellie's story, and then it was that name that was almost said by Ellie, where she had to pause because she caught herself. By the way, she's sensational. Man.
Yes, she's incredible.
So organic, like it's just effortless the way this girl works. And I mean, Pedro también, he's amazing. That whole moment of just walking out and
well, and that scene with Bill, Frank, Tess, and Joel, I think is the key to this whole episode.
Yeah.
That moment is what makes that moment at the end so meaningful. All of it,
right?
Because it's the opposites. Because I feel like Joel didn't allow himself to feel any emotion or like any love towards Tess, because it would have hurt too much. So it's you have these Bill and Frank that they're able to live this life, but Joel is still walking. He's still living. Tess has died. His daughter has died. And it's just there's these little things that are just giving him building.
Yeah, and the way you see the story of those town people that lived in the little town, and their destiny. I guess what happened to them getting killed and burned, and this one survivor in this town, fighting for his life, creating this complete, town for himself with amazing resources and protection, and then to get to share that and have that change of being able to be so selfless, and that part where the switch in health, that was really impactful as well, because you really don't know what the span of 5 years could do for someone's health and someone's life. So I like the way they connected those two stories, I think.
Yeah.
Instead of making him just this character that was, this little piece, they really told a very poetic story and made some beautiful parallels to expand the world.
I think that world that Bill created gave him a chance to be different than Joel. So what I loved about you bringing up that dinner scene is you have Joel and Bill facing each other, and they're both up until that moment to some degree holding back on love, because it's not a world you really can love fully, because it's you're gonna lose somebody, right? But Bill has created this fortress, if you will, where he's able to kind of rapidly take more risks in loving Frank. Joel doesn't have that luxury.
Yeah.
Plus he lost his daughter all those years ago, and then fast forward to now 2023, and Joel is just he has more reasons to keep holding back on how to love. The rules he gave Ellie, those are rules to protect himself, not to protect her. I can't hurt like that again. So I got to give you these 3 rules. And I love how the one she remembers is, I'll just do what you say, because clearly you need me to do that for you to be okay.
I think when he went outside, even though yes, he's protecting himself from feeling, from connecting, from attaching, I think he says, I need to succeed. I cannot let Ellie and this mission fail, or else I am truly a failure. What have I done? I mean,
and you might be thinking of Tommy too right now. We
yeah,
gotta go
exactly.
Tommy. Right.
Yeah.
Tom, I think he cares more about Tommy.
People. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So
Or his brother.
That's why he told Ellie, yo, we're gonna go make sure my brother's okay, so I don't fail at that too. And it makes sense that he's going that way.
Yeah, and I think like Neil Druckmann said, I think I'm curious to see how the rest of the show goes, but it seems like this is the farthest deviation. If we just would have followed Joel and Ellie like the game, there was no way we could have known Bill's story. That's why in the game it wouldn't have worked, because you're losing that sense of following Joel and Ellie. And same thing with any other groups or Tommy's group. You kind of break the momentum of a game if you cut away from Joel and Ellie. So they're definitely, I think, taking advantage of the show medium
Yeah.
and really
it's
fleshing out these
cinematically
characters, man. Yeah.
Rich, absolutely rich.
Yeah, it was a nice break from the
Yes.
craziness.
Yeah.
And next week we're back to the craziness.
Back to the craziness, but man,
Excellent.